Good morning. Good morning. Good morning,
Mm.
everyone. I'm so thrilled to be here this morning with my dear friend, Viola Williams Haywood. We're here to, actually, I'm here to support Mrs. Haywood as she shares something really powerful from her soon to be published book. Miss Haywood, do you want to bring greetings?
I thought that I would talk about why
No,
I'm
we're not
writing
yet.
this.
Yeah, not
Huh?
now. So we're just we're just bringing people in. We haven't
Oh,
started
okay.
yet. Yeah. Just wanted to
Yeah,
say hi and let people know that we're here together.
okay. So, hello, everybody. I'm delighted to be here with the WUE community. I've awakened with them many times, and I'm glad that you can be with us.
Yes, yes. Mrs. Haywood has joined us and has appreciated this community, and we're just pleased that you're here this morning to be with us. I'm thrilled to be with us this morning with Mrs. Haywood to showcase her work and to hear from her. Mrs. Haywood is 95 years old. God bless her. And I've just been blessed um, by knowing her practically all my life. And we're here this morning so that Mrs. Haywood can share her work and talk about her soon to be published book. And we'll talk more about that as the season, as we move through the session. But right now, we just want to bring you greetings to Facebook if anybody's joined yet, and greetings to those who are in the room. Oh boy, I see you. Also, Nadine is here, Mrs. Haywood. Nadine is here.
Okay,
And
good.
yeah, Josie's quite a few folk. Adam is here. Yes, good morning, Rose and Wilhelmina. And Eunice is here. So, greetings, everybody. We're thrilled to see you this morning, Mrs. Haywood and I. Um, we can't wait to share what Mrs. Haywood has created in this writing, a very powerful writing, Unity We Can't See, from her soon to be published book, Seasons of My Soil, A Life Planted in Hope. So you might want to grab a pen, paper, journal, something to write on, because there may be some thoughts and ideas. I see you have your journal, Nadine lifted her journal up. This is wonderful, wonderful. It's good to see everybody in the space. I see your beautiful face. Rose, Wilhelmina, I see your beautiful face. Nice to see the faces, but if you can't be on Zoom, it's just great to feel your energy and your presence here this morning. Yeah, we're going to get started shortly. Mrs. Haywood, anything else you want to bring greetings before the music starts?
No,
Okay,
I'm
okay.
waiting for the music. As I said, I'm just delighted that people are here.
Yes, we're delighted that people are here. It's a wonderful thing. And that's what this community is about too. Support, connection, and love. So this is a wonderful opportunity for Mrs. Haywood to be here this morning to bring all of that, to bring all of that great energy. So good morning, everybody, and welcome. And we appreciate you for being here and for sharing in this really wonderful moment. So we're going to get started shortly. And as I said, you might have some water. I'm going to grab mine. Have some water, uh, a pen, a journal, something to write on, because I'm sure there are going to be things that come up for you, thoughts, feelings, and reactions, as Mrs. Haywood shares this morning. The unity we can't see. And boy, we need to be reminded that there's some unity. There's some unity, even if we can't see it, it is definitely present. So, welcome. Wake up, everybody. Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. It's time to get up. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. It's time to get up. We're healing, we're dealing, we're growing. Together, together, releasing. We're teaching, we're moving. Together, together, we're learning, discerning. We're striving. Together, together, we're leading, connecting, transforming. Together, together. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Again, my name is Valerie Lyons. I'm blessed and I'm grateful. And I'm so grateful to be here with my dear friend, Mrs. Viola Williams Haywood. And we're here today. Well, I'm here today to support Mrs. Haywood in bringing to you a writing, sharing with you a writing from her soon to be published book. Mrs. Haywood will be reciting her writing, The Unity We Can't See, and Mrs. Haywood will be publishing a book titled Seasons of My Soil, A Life Planted in Hope. So, Mrs. Haywood, as we get going, and I can't believe we're here, we did it, Mrs. Haywood, how about us? As we get going, I'm going to just turn the floor over to you, Mrs. Haywood. Before I turn the floor formally over to you, I want everyone, while Mrs. Haywood is reading the piece that she wrote, I would like you to put in the chat any thoughts or feelings or reactions or responses that come up for you. You can put them in the chat. After Mrs. Haywood recites her piece, we'll ask for folks to share, but there may be things that come up for you. We would love to see your thoughts and reactions as Mrs. Haywood shares. So, Mrs. Haywood, what inspired you to write your book?
Well, Valerie, I have always loved writing. And for more than 60 years, I have journaled about life, nature, growing up in the segregated South, my love of and my deep faith in God, and about historical events. I had not really thought about publishing at all until I was encouraged strongly by you, whom I have known all of your life because of the Hollis Presbyterian Church, and the Reverend Carol Steptoe, whom I taught in Sunday school. And you not only encouraged me, but you have just been so devoted in supporting me all the way. And the gift of your collaboration with Carol and your unlimited time and your professional skills have made this really a reality. I couldn't have done it, without you. So I want to thank you and Carol for all that you have shared in making this possible. I also want to thank the Reverend Mark L. Chapman, who was a former pastor of Hollis Presbyterian Church and who is now an associate professor at Fordham University, for writing the foreword. I also wanted to leave a legacy to my grandchildren in print. My granddaughter, Jada, is my typist. And one day she surprised me when she asked me, "What is Jim Crow?" And she was in the 10th grade and had studied in the New York City public schools American history, and yet had not learned about Jim Crow and its oppressive impact on our people. I was deeply saddened to hear that. I was born during the Depression in the city of Richmond, the capital of the Confederacy, where Civil War generals were idolized. Huge statues mounted on massive pedestals lined Monument Avenue in Richmond. The South celebrated the birthday of Robert E. Lee, but it just ignored President Lincoln, our emancipator. Because of the Civil Rights Act of 1965, the Voting Right of 1965, of course, Black people were given the opportunity to vote, and they took advantage of that. And consequently, they gained power. So now, as a result, the statues which I've just mentioned have been dismantled. And the only statue that remains on Monument Avenue is the statue of our beloved legendary tennis star, Arthur Ashe, who was the son of Richmond. He was not only a tennis player, but he was a humanitarian, an educator, and an activist. And his statue stands with his right hand raised with the tennis racket. And then in the other hand is a book in which he is reading to children of diverse uh, backgrounds. So this book really is a compilation of many stories. It is a challenge and a call to action to America to live up the ideals which the founding fathers articulated in our Constitution. And hopefully, it's a call to our young Black people, especially the men, to vote, get out to vote. During the last election, I tried my best to advocate for Kamala Harris, and I encouraged many young Black men to vote. We have to remember how important it is. Sam Cooke said that change takes a very long time to come. And I know it. I have experienced that change. And I've been delighted because of that change. But we have to remember that we have to remain active no matter how long we live. I remember also what Johnny Cochran, the late Johnny Cochran, said that we have to remember that Jim Crow is dead, but Jim Crow Jr. is still alive. So get out the vote. This is a call to action, both to America as we celebrate our 250th anniversary, and also as we continue to persevere in hope, remembering also what Jesse Jackson said, to keep hope alive.
All right, Mrs. Haywood. I want to mention before Mrs. Haywood reads her piece, Mrs. Haywood created a powerful video, man, really promoting Kamala Harris. I mean, it was amazing. So this is a woman who's 95 years old. Let me also highlight 95 years old who's doing the daggone thing. And I'm so very privileged and proud to call you dear friend. All right, Mrs. Haywood, are you ready to recite your piece?
Yes. The unity we can't see is seen in the image created in the beginning when God made us in his likeness. It is in the one blood out of which each of us was created. It is in the marrow of our bones. It is a common human need to be loved, to be touched, to be cared for, and to be intimate. It is in the endowment of creative talents, the urge to explore and grow and reach beyond ourselves. The pain we experience in loneliness, physically or spiritually, leaves us empty. We hunger and thirst for that bread of life and the living water. Because we are spiritually bereft, we hunger to be fed and filled so that our spirit can be quenched. Because deep within each of us, because of our humanity, is the need to satisfy our inner being. The freedom to be freed from oppression and the shackles of injustice compel the oppressed to rise up and persevere to break the shackles of bondage. The crimes unjustly charged and the punishment which is undeserved bring shame and inscrutable pain and isolation to many families. Such indignities damage the soul and make us less than we want to be. Harsh, inexplainable, and wrong. There is a search to know why. In the experience brings meaning to our lives, however, because of our humanity. It affirms that we are in the same struggle. Despite the adversity, the determination to survive makes us resilient, tenacious, and inspires us to remain hopeful. Endowed with imagination and creativity, there is that urge to explore, grow, and keep striving. The unity we can't see may be seen in the need of a childhood psyche. Abuse and neglect gravely affect and determine the fate of that child. The trauma of living is etched in our being, challenging us to survive. There is a flow of spirit that binds us beneath the skin and makes us kin from laments and mourning, and the adrenaline thrusts to the celebration of those things that mean so much to us. When what pains you pains me, because we are one. When the love is discovered and romance blossoms, we rejoice when the twain becomes one. When a child is born, we are gleeful. When someone appears, when death or suffering comes and holds our hands and sits beside us, and we know that that person understands because he listens and comforts us without a word. We are relieved and sustained by those inalienable gifts. The unity we can't see keeps us whole, healthy, strong, confident, and enables us to weather any storm.
Thank you, Mrs. Haywood. Thank you so much for sharing this really powerful writing. And just wanted to hear from the community. Any thoughts, reactions, responses, anything that resonated with you or stood out for you about this piece that Mrs. Haywood just wrote? I see some applause, and Chantel has indicated beautiful in the chat. And would anyone like to share their thoughts? I'm gonna share. Or Wilhelmina would like to share.
Good
Thank you, Mary.
morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning, Aunt Vi. Good to hear
Hi,
you.
Sabrina.
Thank you for those words. Keeping us whole, healthy, and strong. Those are the words and those are the thoughts that I hear in you. Thank you for your recalling of history and bringing it back and uniting us in these words. Thank you so much. And thank you to Valerie for setting this up. I'm enjoying it.
Very good. My pleasure. I'm so happy that you're here. Yes, I see.
Mama Latifa. Yeah.
Peace and blessings. Thank you, Sister Viola. Um, Hearing your words brings so much to me. Um, Things that I may have forgotten or pushed further back inside of me were brought forward. What especially stood out for me that I felt was that I just lost somebody close to me. And when you said sitting quietly,
Yeah.
without saying a word, and you know that they're there with you,
Yeah.
they're comforting you, just knowing that they're right there and they never open their mouths. And knowing that that can always happen and always happens, whether someone has passed, whether you're celebrating a graduation, a birth, whatever it is, we're there. And what we bring there, wherever there is, means so much to people. And we can make it positive because it can mean so much to people when we come with those negative spirits as well. Thank you for having us open up. You and I come from a certain period. And it's that wonderful period we remember our history and we share. So thank you so much for sharing. May the Creator continue to keep you well if that is His goal, if that is His will. But for however length of time you here, you bring so much peace and blessings to you, my dear sister.
Thank you.
Oh, wow. Yep.
Thank you so much, Aunt Viola. This is Eunice, and your words are just so encouraging. It kind of make you reflect and go back. And even with Virginia, I'm from Portsmouth, and you almost forgot about the statues and everything that you was talking about. But sometimes we have to reflect and sometimes go back and just know how good God really is. He takes us through so much. And your words would just touch my heart. And I thank you and I love you.
You too, Eunice.
Ah,
Thank you, Aunt Vi. I happen to be your nephew from Richmond, Virginia. The family is extremely proud of you. You are my only living aunt at this time. Your words are powerful and I appreciate them. In fact, the one you mentioned, Arthur Ashe, is his first cousin, is one of my best friends, and we talk daily. Thank you again. You have always been powerful. Your message has always been clear, and the family salutes you. So thank you.
Thank you. I always tell Harold that he's prejudiced, but thank you. I love you too.
And I am prejudiced.
Uh,
Lovely, lovely, lovely to hear from the community, from Mrs. Haywood's family who are present, family and friends. We have folks from church. Anyone else would like to share? I know we have some comments in the chat.
Yeah, Nadine, you came off mute. Did you want to share?
I I am pleased to first of all be with this group this morning,
Yeah.
and let me just give a little background. I my godmother and I were very very good friends growing up in Richmond, Virginia, and at her passing, my godmother's passing, um, Vi and I got together over the phone. I had never spoken to Vi before in my life, and I'm what 77 now, and she and I have become very good. I hope very good friends and collaborators and or whatever. And I have enjoyed all of the conversations that we have. I love history just as much as she does, and I am proud of the some of the transformations that have occurred here in Richmond, Virginia. Right now, at the Black History Museum, there is a exhibit of Arthur Ashe, and it goes back to some of the his past accomplishments and his growing up here, and talks about the Brookfield Recreation Center where his father worked and that sort of stuff. But I just can't wait to see the whole work of what Val has put together, because if it is anything like just the knowledge and enthusiasm that she has whenever we talk, then I know it's going to be a bestseller. So that's all I
I
have to
will.
say. That's all I
I
have.
love Nadine, although we have never met
Right.
except over the telephone. But I must say that she is the gift of my beloved friend.
Yeah.
Uh, we were in high school together, and she always told me about Nadine when Nadine was a little girl. And I'm proud now to be connected with her. And I think about how enriching the experience is. And I just want to say that it is such a joy to connect with the younger generation.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been telling all of the old people, be sure you get in touch with somebody young,
Yarn. Right. That's
because
what you
that
said.
is going to help you to fulfill who you want to be.
Yep.
And so I'm very grateful for the younger generation with whom I'm associated, because it really makes a difference. It
Yeah.
keeps me going.
Oh, wonderful. I know
You have
that,
another hand.
yeah, I wanted to mention the hour because it's almost 7:30.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That for those, this is 30-minute session. We're going to go beyond the 30 minutes, but if anyone has to leave,
Mm-hmm.
please put your email address in the chat because we're going to offer everyone um, the um, the piece, the writing from the book,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and as well as keep you on the mailing list. So actually I'm going to put my email address and Mrs. Haywood's email address in the chat if someone can do that. Send us an email. We'll give you a copy of the writing and we'll also keep you on the mailing list. But I hope everyone can stay. But I just wanted to notice that. I know that Josie
Yeah.
had her hand up. Thank you.
Yeah. And I've got to leave too. I've got an appointment to go to. So
Thank you, Nadine.
okay. Thank you.
Malika, can you drop that contact information in the chat, please? I will share it on the screen.
So, and Mrs. Haywood's email address, so we can send it to both of us.
Yeah,
Mrs. Haywood is,
that back in the chat.
I don't know if she's doing it, but V.S. Haywood. I know somebody else had their hand raised.
Yeah, so we have Josie.
Yes.
Hi, Josie.
Hi. No, because my screen changed, and I can't see Mrs. Haywood's. I call her my guardian angel now because I I have a testimony about this woman who is my angel. Um, I was missing a book called Jesus Calling that in our Bible study at Hollis Presbyterian, that's where I got to meet Mrs. Haywood. We would read and ponder and do our studies. And I went around and around the house and I couldn't find it. And I said, just came to a point where I was so frustrated. I said, I know who I need to call because she is my angel. So I call her my Jesus because she is my Jesus. So I called Mrs. Haywood, and I said, Mrs. Haywood, I can't find Jesus. And she just gave me such nice words for that day that I needed, her wisdom, and I know when she says, in what she read today, the part of her poem, that we do hunger to be fed. That has stayed that and feel, we do feel, but we hunger to be fed. We feel, but we're not fed, and the part, that other half of being fed is so critical and so important. And having someone like Mother Haywood to give us her thoughts and her wisdom of what life is so critical now and forever. So I do second when she says that the elders to share or join the younger ones, although I'm 73, I'm not so young, in that sense. But I I encountered that need to be fed, and I think that in reflecting in her wise words, if we are fed, we would suffer, or we won't suffer so many indignations because our attitude would be so different. Our way of approaching things would be so different, which is what happened to me. So I love her. I got up. Miss Hayward, I got up this morning, barely, you could see, but here I am. Here I am for you. Here I am for you. Love you. Thank you. And thank you, Valerie. Thank you, Valerie.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Joseph. You know how we are connected.
Yeah.
And that's the important thing about life, that you do have to be connected. That is what makes a difference in who we are. And that is part of that unity we can't see. Yeah. The desire to know each other, to feel each other, to see. Joseph has an expressive face. And a lot of times I can see her pondering as she speaks. And that has drawn me very close to her. But I'm very grateful that we are, we are related. Thank you for getting up early.
Yes, thank you all, especially the new folks in the space with us today. Thank you so much.
Yes. I want to also mention that Mrs. Haywood is working on another book dedicated to caregivers. So that's something that Mrs. Haywood is working on. And God knows, I think you heard her mention, Mrs. Haywood mention that she's been writing journals for 60 years, for God's sakes, Lord. And there's other books within those journals. We really had to key in on some pieces for this book, but there's so many other writings that Mrs. Haywood had that are simply beautiful. And at present, she is working on a book for caregivers. Do you want to talk a little bit about that, Mrs. Haywood?
Well, I wanted to share about excuse me, about caregivers. I mean caregivers, because I know how demanding the experience is. I was a caregiver for my husband for more than 10 years because he had Alzheimer's. And it's very, very difficult. Sometimes we don't know what to do, how to do it. And the pressures of life get so great. And what I wanted to do is to salute everybody who gives of him or herself to support the elderly. I'm fortunate, very blessed to be living with my son, who has been caring for me for 8 years since my husband died. And I don't know how I would fare if I did not have that support. And also, I think that people need to know about resources which are available. Sometimes we depend upon ourselves. Sometimes caregivers feel guilty about taking good care of themselves. And actually, the book is going to focus on being good to yourself because that is very important. And be good to yourself without any reservation because it's going to make a better you.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Mrs. Hayward. I was, in talking to Mrs. Hayward about her book, I was struck by how this book is so unique. Well, first of all, Mrs. Hayward didn't reference this, but it's there's going to be a spiritual um, um, guidance or theme embedded in the book. So it's going to have a that influence, spiritual influence. Also, the book is being written by somebody who was a caregiver and who is in the process of being supported. So I think just the ideas, the fact that it has those three different dimensions is going to make this book very, very special. So I'm looking forward to supporting you with this as well, if you so desire, with this initiative as well. And again, I want to remind people, if you would like a copy of the Unity We Can't See, and you want to be kept on the mailing list for Mrs. Haywood's book, to please email us or put your email in the chat. I did get your email, Theodora. Um, put your email in the chat or email us, and we'll be happy to give you a copy of the writing. All right, I don't know if there's anything else anybody wants to share before we close. Oh, I see. Yes. Latifah is saying to do take
Adam?
Adam.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good morning, World Nation. Good morning, Valerie. Good morning, Viola. I just want to say thank you for coming to this space, and it's been an honor to hear your voice and to hear your perspective and your wisdom. And as a 39-year-old man about to be turning 40 on March 15th, which is this Sunday, I just want to say that what the modern generation is missing, in my opinion, is wisdom and respect. And the very, very important thing that you brought up was make sure that the older people connect with the younger generation, because what we have going on these days is some of the elderly who want to compete with the younger generation, and vice versa. So consequently, that's the thing that's dividing us as, not only as a community but as the world as well. So I just wanted to appreciate the fact that you brought up the fact that the elders should continue to connect with the younger generation, so the younger generation can continue to carry the torch instead of competing with them and complete.
Thank
Oh,
you so much, Adam. So I'm counting on you to get out that vote so that we can make a difference, so that what all we have accomplished will not be reversed. Valerie, I just wanted to mention to people that the Unity We Can't See was written more than 25 years ago. I wrote it in the 1990s when I attended a church retreat. But they say the more things, happen, the more things don't change that much. So we have to constantly persevere to bring about the change that we want.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Yes, Mrs. Haywood. The message is still very important today because we are dealing with so many issues, conflicts, and divisiveness that we need to be reminded that we're still one. And I also want to point to this as an older person having younger friends. It's mutual support as well. I mean, certainly there's competition, and not all, sometimes there's a disconnect, but it's also an opportunity to learn from each other, to support each other. And one of the things I learned from Mrs. Haywood, the realities of as we age, we start losing our people. We start losing our friends and family. So you want to continue to tune in and connect with younger people for that kind of support. And Mrs. Haywood belongs to many groups. Let me also mention the many groups that Mrs. Haywood is engaged in. And there's a group that she belongs to where she's actually with her peers. I mean, she's with people who are in their 70s and people in their 80s and 90s. So
28.
throughout, yeah. So I mean, the fact that, and that's the other thing you talk about, Mrs. Hayward, is staying connected. So important. But you got your group on Tuesdays that you want to talk just a minute about that before we close?
Well, I think you just mentioned it. There's a group of older people who are primarily from the Presbyterian Church, but they're also, we have a Muslim doctor who has recently joined us and from whom we have benefited tremendously. The interesting thing about the group is that it's organic. We don't come with any agenda, but when we leave there, we leave enlightened and refreshed. And I don't make any appointments on Tuesday. I tell people never on Tuesday because that group means so much to me. The oldest person in the group is a 98-year-old woman who attended Spelman College, and she is celebrating her 75th graduation from Selma this year. And the interesting thing is that she danced with Martin Luther King when he was attending Morehouse College.
Interesting. That's
But
cool.
it's a wonderful experience because we share. We come from a variety of places: Chicago, Washington, Virginia, Little Rock, Arkansas. And this particular lady, who is 98, said there were only 3 graduating students in her high school class because of the segregation that we experienced. But she has survived, and it's just a marvelous experience. And we are very grateful to Dr. Cornell Edmonds, who has a passion or is very compassionate to the elderly. He is not only a minister, but he was an elder care lawyer, and he brought this together so that we can have an opportunity to share with each other. And it has provided a great opportunity for people because some of us are unable to get out and and mingle with each other. So that is a rich experience.
Yes, thank you, Mrs. Hayward. Yes, so Chantel, I don't know how we're doing with our time. Can you support us
Yes,
and let?
for sure. So, how much more time do you think you need? And we can always ask the community to stay a little longer.
Well, if
Very
there,
good. Mhm.
you know what we'll do? I don't know if there's any other comments. If they're not, we can show the slide of the book and just close. But if there's any comments or shares that anyone else would like to provide, there were some comments in the chat.
Yeah, let's see. All right. So, actually, Malika, are you able to read these while I pull up the slides? All right.
Yes, sure.
Thank
Of
you.
course. All right. Wow, there's so much love in the chat. Okay. Mama Latifa says, thank you very much, my sister Viola, for sharing this morning. Caregivers are givers. That wasn't a slip of the tongue. Miss Laura says, thank you, Mrs. Haywood, for your words of wisdom and reflections. When one hurts, we all hurt. Mama Latifa says, yes, yes, do take care of yourself, caregiver. A better you makes a better me. Miss Laura says, thank you, Coach Val, for creating the session today. Rose says, thank you so very much, Mrs. Haywood and Valerie. Mrs. Haywood, you are a beautiful queen. You are so very inspiring. I appreciate your sharing, educating, and enlightening us always, especially today on these very important issues that we do need to be reminded of. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you both so very much. All right. Vanessa says, good morning, all. What a wonderful gift you are, Mrs. Haywood. God bless you always. You are history. You are love. Mama Latifa says, yes, it does help keeping youngsters around us. And Ida Jordan says, this is beautiful. And she says, thank you, WUE. Rose says, beautiful, very inspiring. Looking forward to reading the entire book too. Thank you so very much for gifting us with your words and love. Nadine says, look forward to reading the entire book. Kaisha says, Miss Haywood has a nice reading voice. Consider narrating an audio book version as well. Please, Mama Haywood, please make an audio book. Please do. Prof. Meriden says, powerful lessons. And Josie says, good morning. Love my guardian angel, Miss Viola. And okay, we have some new ones in the chat as well. Let me just scroll down. Nanzo says, grateful to be here. Prof. Merlin says, at the press conference announcing of the passing of Reverend Jesse Lewis Jackson, Jesse Jackson Jr. gave extended appreciation to his father's caregivers. I'm so grateful for my own mother's caregivers, especially my oldest daughter. And I am complete.
That's really great. So we look forward to getting your email so that we can keep you on our mailing list. And we want to show the Unity we can't see. We'll get you a copy of that. You want to show the one slide that we have, which is the cover of Mrs. Haywood's book, The Seasons of My Soil, A Life Planted in Hope, Viola Williams Haywood. So we hope to have the book published within the next 2 months or so, but we will definitely keep you posted. And we're just really pleased to have been here. Mrs. Haywood, your final word?
Valerie, I was thinking about how valuable laughter is.
Mm.
The Bible says that laughter is good medicine. And in the midst of all that we're going through today, we need to have that sense of humor. A lot of times I turn off the news because it just gets to be too much. But when I can go to a comedy show and release these tensions and see life in a lighter manner, it is a blessing. And I'll just share a little secret that you and I have. Valerie calls me beautiful and I call her gorgeous. That's how we begin our day. And sometimes I forget that she's not beautiful, not gorgeous, and we get it all mixed up, and it gives us a great opportunity to laugh. We have a great time laughing, and I hope that in the midst of all that we are going through today, the challenges, the pressures, that you will remember to laugh,
Yes.
because that is a part of giving to also. It makes people smile and open up, feel good, and send them on their way. I want to thank you all for coming, and I hope you'll keep smiling and laughing.
Thank you, Mrs. Haywood. I know we have Latifa who also had her hand raised.
That is why WUE is so important. I'm an oldster and I love it. I love to laugh too, sister. Sometimes I think I'm like mom's maybe. I got my jokes going on. Some people may not listen and they think I'm wrong, but I don't care what they say because today is my day. I'm going to share. I'm going to share. Don't you care? I say rock to the right and walk to the left.
Ow,
Don't you go because you
ow,
got, I say put your hands up in the air. Show
ow.
them that we really care. Hey,
Yeah.
hey now. Hey, hey now. Hey,
Yes.
hey, hey, hey. Let's keep laughing. Let's keep moving. Let's keep loving each other. For we are life because we are love. Thank
Thank
you, my sister Viola, and thank you, Wu family. Keep it going
Thank you.
on. Keep
Yes.
it going on because you ain't wrong.
Ow. Ow. Thank you, Latifa. That was wonderful. So, woo, thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. I suppose we're wrapping up, and we just are so thrilled. And Mrs. Haywood, I love you, and I love you more.
Thank you so much, Ms. Mama Haywood, for joining us and joining the community and just your warm, loving spirit this morning. You came in grateful and you said, I'm just grateful to be here in this space. And you reminded me personally just to take a second and show that gratitude. So thank you. It's been a blessing to be in your presence this morning. And I love that you are here as an elder on Zoom in this virtual space, that you can be here with us and share your story with so many people because you were yes to doing something different and being with us. So I'm going to pull up our slides and make sure you all know again. There's a special offer as well. So pull that up for you. All right, again, how can we stay in touch with you, Valerie and Mama Haywood?
So I'm on Facebook, and that's at valerie.lyons.56. Instagram at valjlyons. I have a Linktree account. Also, you can email me at valjlyons@gmail.com. I have a website, valeriejlyonsenterprises.com. We have Mrs. Haywood's email address also in the chat. That's vshaywood@gmail.com. And we really would love to hear from you. Again, we want to keep your name on the mailing list when Miss Haywood's is published, and we also will give you a copy of The Unity We Can't See.
All right. Thank you again, ladies, so much for joining us. And we have to have you back, especially when you become a published author. You got to come back to the space and share with us. Thank you so much again. And thank you, Val, for putting this together. This is a beautiful idea.
Sure.
All right. So we just had a beautiful exchange with Mama Haywood and her words and her stories. And so this is a space where we can do that by way of the resources that the community provides through love offerings and donations. So we encourage you all to start making your monthly automated love offerings. We do have the option where you can do a one-time payment now as well. And so that will be dropped in the chat so that you can all make a donation to the WUE community to keep us going, to create these spaces where we can share our stories, our voices, healing and community healing, transformation. So click on those links, and then there's also a one-time payment option that you can use a card or PayPal. All right, and up next for our 90-minute session tomorrow, you can join us at 7 a.m. again, same time, same place, for Dr. Lavanya Douglas Vision Series, Fabulous on a Monday. All right, let's feel like Fabulous on a Monday. Yeah, so is today Monday? Yeah. So we can body that right now and prepare for tomorrow. And then we have Tiffany Phoenix Matthias. So she's going to be on for another 30-minute session, and that is on Wednesday, March 11th. Seasons, Reasons, and Lessons. Releasing Nouns Without Losing Yourself, Part 2. All right. Tune in for that. Another author, published author. So we have been in this space for going on 6 years now. We started March 29th, 2020, when we were going right into COVID. And we wanted to create a space where people could come for community healing in a time where we were all thrown into this virtual space, either together or maybe you were alone. And from there, it was only supposed to be 30 days. And here we are celebrating 6 years. And it's all divine. and we're still waking up every morning. And this year we're waking up in full bloom. So we invite all of you to join us for that marathon, our annual WUE marathon is going to take place on Sunday, March 29th, and we start at 7 a.m. and we're going all day until 5 p.m. So you can tune in anytime throughout the day to catch one of our sessions and our amazing facilitators who's going to bring this to life. So the link is in the chat as well for you to register. So we hope to see you there, especially all of these new faces in the space. And speaking of our new faces, we thank you so much for joining us. We too are in gratitude for you being here to support Mama Haywood or Valerie, or if you've been here before and you're just coming back, please bring a friend, bring some people with you. We are here throughout the week. So you can catch us on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays for our 90-minute sessions. That's 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. Eastern here in the Zoom space. And then Mondays and Wednesdays, like today, are the shorter sessions, 30 to 45-minute sessions from 7 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. Eastern. And they're both in the Zoom space, or you can catch us on Facebook if you can't get on Zoom for whatever reason, or if you want to catch the playbacks, you can do so by going to our Facebook page and group. And if you want to get reminders in the morning to join us on the line when we're getting together, waking up together, you can text all caps WU Nation to 74121 to get those morning reminders. All right. And we want you to stay in touch with us, of course. So you can always go to the registration page to see who's up next for the week. And you can join our Facebook private page and public group, 2 different spaces. So you might see some videos or content that's not on the page that you're on. Click on both and you can be a member for both communities. Then we also have our Instagram, our YouTube channel, where you can go back and catch the archives of almost 6 years of content and amazing facilitation. And we are also available through email if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. That's at info.wakeupseries@gmail.com. And I'm going to take the slide down now so we can give these 2 amazing ladies their well-deserved love shower for today's session. And we can't wait to have you back. I'm going to unmute everybody. Let's show them some love.
Thank you,
Thank you so
Valerie.
much
Thank
for
you,
this
Miss
richness.
Thank you
Haywood.
so
Thank you for your
much.
presence.
It's a generational blessing.
Thank you.
You are just awesome. Grateful for you.
I hope
Love you. Blessings,
Thank you,
blessings. Legacy,
Okay,
legacy is
Carol.
happening right here.
Thank
Thank you
you,
so much.
Valerie.
we
Thank
honor
you,
you. Thank
Val.
you so
Oh,
Thank
everybody.
you, Miss
Thank you, everybody.
Viola. Love it.
Thank you.
Have an awesome day.
Peace, peace, peace.
You
Love
too.
here, everywhere. Mwah.
Great.
Peace.
Bye, everybody.
See you again soon.
See you
Right,
soon.
Okay,
Malak, you can
bye-bye.
take us out.